Hey guys, so I'll be showing you how to make gateway cheats using the gateway cheat plugin that was recently released. So before we start, just note that there are three different code types that we're going to be going over. There's 8-bit, there's 16-bit, and there's 32-bit. So 8-bit is a value that is, in a hex calculator, it would be just FF, and that equals 255. So 8-bit is a value between 0 and 255. So if you opened up a hex editor, that would just, file new, because this right here is 8 bits, and right here, if I add another, that would be 16 bits, and this would be 24, but we don't use 24 bits a lot, and this would be 32. So codes usually look in the form of this. They have the X's are the addresses, and the Y's are the values. So the address shows where a certain thing is located. So in this example, I'm going to be making a rupee modifier for The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. So let's go back to our hex editor, and we can just close out of this now because we don't really need a hex editor, but if you're going to be doing more advanced coding, then you might need a hex editor later on to open up RAM dumps and stuff. So yeah, I didn't go over 16-bit and 32-bit yet, so as I just showed in the hex editor, it was between 0 and 255 for the 8 bits. So 16-bit is between 0 and FFFF, so that's 65535. So this is going to be between 256 and 65535. And you can probably guess 32 bits, as I just showed in the hex editor. It's going to be between 65536 and 429496725. So to know if your code is in this range, like in my example, it's going to be 16-bit because The Legend of Zelda, I'm going to have a value between these. I'm going to have like around 1,000 rupees or something, so it's not going to be this because it's not going to take up this much data. It'll take up the same amount of data, I mean, but it won't like require this many values to get the effect. Like, for example, if you were doing a Mario Kart 8 like coin modifier code, the amount of coins in your game, it would be 8-bit because we can only have a maximum of 10 coins in there. Let me just think of another example. Like, I can't think of any, but if there's a big value in a game, then it would be like 32-bit or something. So this is I'm just explaining this stuff to you right now, but I'm not sure what else to explain. I think we should just get into it so you can see an example. So I'll meet you on my 3DS. So I'm back on my 3DS and I'm booted into gateway mode. So like always, I'm going to press the select button to select the title list, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds is my first title, so I don't have to press anything yet. Now I'm going to press the up button on my D-pad to boot into this menu, or not really boot into, but open up this menu. So the in-game menu button, I'm going to change this to L+R. And I'm just going to hit the B button, and I'm going to hit the A button to load up the title. And I'm just going to hit the A button to boot into it. And I'll fast forward through all this menu navigation. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I have 768 rupees. So to start off, I'm going to dump my memory right now, and I'm going to note the value 768. So on Notepad, I'm just going to write this down, and I'm going to hit the L plus R button to open up the in-game menu. So you see it opened up on the bottom screen. So I'll just go through all the options with you real quick. So here's Cheat Finder. We're going to be looking at this. Then we have Configure Cheats, Cheat List Editor, RAM Dumper, and Hex Editor. So we're also going to be using the Hex Editor a little, but that's after we find the codes. And the RAM Dumper, I recommend using this for if you don't know if your code is going to be 8, 16, or 32-bit. Because if you dump the RAM, then all you got to do is just open up the dumps in Cheat Engine and compare the dumps, and it'll automatically narrow it down for you. So if you don't know if it's 8, 16, or 32-bit, Cheat Engine will do that for you. So that's for like people who don't know quite as much about like finding values and stuff. But we're just going to be doing it straight from the console. So I'm going to do Cheat Finder. I'm going to do Reset Search because I was playing around with it a little before I started. So yours will look like this. So we're not going to be worrying about these unsigned and signed stuff yet. We're just going to be worrying about these first three options. So, like I said before, my value is 16-bit because it's in between 256 and 65535. So I'm going to hit the A button, and I'm going to enter the value that I had. So I had 768. The gateway menu is a little touchy, so you kind of have to just barely press it. So it's dumping it at the moment, and once it's done, we'll just go back to the game and we'll collect a few rupees. Okay, so I'm going to just hit exit menu, and now we're back in game. So I'm going to walk around and I'll collect a few rupees. I'll fast forward to when I get a few. Okay, so I just got 1 rupee, so now I have 769. So I'm going to press the L plus R buttons again to go into the menu. So I'm going to hit the Cheat Finder again, and I'm going to do Next Search, Exact Value, and I'm going to do 769. And I'm going to hit the A button. So you can now view the hit list. We don't want to do that quite yet. So we're going to collect a few more again, and then we'll view the hit list after this. So I'll fast forward to when I get a couple more. Okay, so I've got 6 right here, and now we have 775. So I'm going to press the L plus R buttons again to go into the menu, and we're going to do Cheat Finder. And I actually forgot how many I have, so this is why you write them down. So I've got 775. I'm going to do Next, Exact Value. And you can now view the hit list again. So this probably limited it down to a few addresses. So I'm going to hit View Hits, and here's a few. So this is where the hex editor comes in. You see it says 0703, but up here it said 0307. That's because the bytes are inverted, so we're going to open this up on our... We're not going to open anything up. We're just going to go into our calculator, our hex calculator on our PC. So I'll just get back to you on my PC. Okay, so I'm back on my PC and I've got my hex calculator open. So how many rupees should we give us? Let's give us 1337. So we're going to go into decimal, and we're going to type in the value that we want, 1337, and in hex, it's 539. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put a 0 in front of it simply because it just fills up the space. So I'm just going to put a space in between here because that's how Gateway formats it. But as you saw, the bytes were inverted, so we're going to do 3905. That's going to be our actual value. So yeah, we're just going to type this into our Gateway cheat now. So you can do any value, just don't make it like something huge like FFF. That'll probably crash the game. But okay, so I'll get back to you on my 3DS now. Alright, I'm back and I haven't touched anything. So I'm in my first address. I just clicked the A button. So I'm going to click the A button to be able to change these values. And we're going to change this to 3905. And just hit the A button after you're done editing it. And then you can just hit the B button to go back. It sounds kind of getting annoying. That's the chicken on the top screen that's running away. It like kept looping the audio. Okay, so we just did that one. Now, let's do this one. Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong one. This thing is really touchy. It gets annoying sometimes. Okay. Now the last one. Okay, so we've got all of our addresses edited. So I'm going to hit the B button to go back. And once we hit exit menu, sometimes the cheat applies, but sometimes it doesn't. So you see, we still have 775. So you might be thinking like, oh, the cheat didn't work or something, and then just give up, but that's not the case in most games. In most games, you have to collect another one to actually change it. So you see now we've got 1342, and if you play Zelda, then you know that that blue rupee I just picked up was worth 5. So if you subtract 5 from 1342 is 1337, and that's the value that we wanted. So that shows that your code worked. So if you want to go back and view the hits again, then just hit view hits, and you can write these down in Notepad or something, and you can share the code with anyone that you want to. So yeah, that's how you make basic cheat codes and get the Gateway cheat plugin. This is similar to most games on pretty much any console. It's not like specific to the 3DS or anything. Just make a dump, compare it to another one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment for more videos. I'll be making more technical stuff like this some other times, but most of the time I'm just sticking it to noob-friendly stuff. So I'll see you later.